Hey, how's it going, everybody? Lawler here, as always. And yes, the title is not a scam. RLCS is officially back. If you guys are unfamiliar with the scheduling of things, the month has already passed since the major. It's kind of crazy to think about. Just a short 4 weeks ago, we were watching stuff in Birmingham, and now we've got new rosters that you guys have all been familiarized with. If you guys haven't seen that video, go click back a little. All the NA rosters have been talked about. We'll cover EU next weekend when signups officially close. We've got some new ones that have been announced, like Chronic's got a new team and stuff. So if you guys want to make sure you don't miss out on that, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, helps me out greatly. Questions down below, along with links in the description to that roster doc. But we're going to focus in on Raleigh. If you guys don't know, Major 2 is going to be in Raleigh, just outside of Epic HQ. Looking forward to seeing how that one goes. Might actually attend this one with it being in the States. But a couple things to note. With it being open for, no one has an advantage again. There's a couple things anytime we go to a new region or a new split, as we've referred to them. With split 2, 3 opens yet again. We've got open 4, 5, and 6. And because it is the first open of the split, no advantages being given. All the pre-exist rankings that were in existence, if I can find them here, these rankings do not matter. What normally happens in the RLCS is if you are a top 8 ranked team, you get an automatic buy into the top 32 Swiss stage. But for Open 1 and Open 4, that is not the case. So every team will be signed up and competing in Open 4. So NRG, Space Station, you name it, all of those teams will be competing this weekend. It goes and starts Friday night. Usually it is 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern is when things get started. Actually, maybe it's a little bit later. Maybe it's 8 p.m. Central. I forget what it is exactly. I'd have to double check. But I can tell you every team has to play through the double elimination. There is likelihood for upsets with some of these new rosters. Sometimes upsets do happen, especially in the massive open bracket. But you would like to assume that a majority of these teams that are of the top capability, obviously new Gen G, new Shopify, all that kind of stuff, first looks are going to be this weekend. Who's going to stream them and when? That's a totally different conversation. I can tell you Talk's new team with Seamus and Tricky have asked me to stream their perspective. So we'll probably do that for some of the more important matches. But what you can expect on this weekend is teams trying to make it to that top level of play, which is the top 32. So on Friday, it is going to be the teams that you see trying to make it in to the top 192. Those things will be determined Friday into Saturday. Saturday, they're trying to make it into the top 32. And then on Sunday, top 32 teams in Swiss. That is what we are looking to see this weekend. The teams that make it into the top 32 are going to play first to 3 wins or 3 losses for elimination. If you're one of the first to make 3 wins, because it is 2 groups of 16 in Swiss, that is what will then progress you into the group stage, where it'll be 2 groups of 8 in a double elimination. Something that you should notice, there is no format differences. The format that you know, the seeding rules, all that kind of stuff is the exact same throughout the year. No changes in the format, no changes, no having to relearn stuff, trying to figure out how things apply. It is all the exact same. The only difference and the only asterisk on that is what I said at the beginning, which is no one gets seeding advantages coming into the actual open qualifier event. In Open 4, everybody has to sign up and play in the double elimination, no matter who you are. Once you get past that, that's when other things come into play. What the rankings do matter for, though, is initial seeds. Energy is still going to be the number 1 seed. Ultimates is going to be the number 2 seed. They will be on opposite sides of the bracket in totally separate groups so they don't run into each other. That should apply for pretty much all of these teams. So, best part is trying to make sure that they all avoid each other. And one will make it through the uppers. One will make it through the lowers in time. So, that is where we're at. All of the opens as well are in totality 106,200 USD for NA and EU. It goes down from there for the other regions. And the other big thing to note here is RLCS points scale significantly. When you start getting into the higher tiers, to put in perspective, getting 10 points, I think, is what second place was last time. So even if you are a brand new team, say you are fresh off the block, you have no pre-existing points, whatever it may be, and you have a really good event. If we take a look at the rankings, for example, say we get a second place victory. Teams like this are going to shoot up in the standings very, very quickly. The reason why this is done is they want to make sure the current best performing teams are the ones that are moving forward and getting advantages to try to make a comeback. This is what we call the BDS or the Monkey Moon Special, where they start a little slow and then they start cooking, and then by the second split and into Worlds, they go and dominate. That also applies towards the Major. Major points are also skewed accordingly. There is some serious makeup options for teams that make the Major and can place into the top 8. So for a lot of teams that may be counted out, for a lot of teams towards the tail end that go, you know what, I don't think they have a chance. Maybe they got the right roster upgrade. Maybe it's going to push them in the right direction. Maybe they're going to earn a bunch of points. And you see them making the Major, and all of a sudden, these spots are not safe. So again, keep that in mind. Everything is weighted heavier. That applies to both Open 4, 5, and 6. It also applies to Major 2 in Raleigh. And then the World Championship is the great equalizer. On top of that as well is after this split is over, after Raleigh is over, there will be 4 more events called LCQs or last chance qualifiers, where the teams that are not in the top 4, everybody 5 and below has a chance for one last run to see if they can go and make as the 5th seed for their region. And those spots unlock based upon who is the best performing regions in international play. In my opinion, LCQs are going to be the best time of the entire season. I think they're going to be the most exciting. I also am terrified for everybody who's got to play Europe, because I look at the results and I go, okay, you've got K-Corp, Vitality, Ninjas in Pajamas, you've got new Gentlemates, you've got potentially what is the new BDS coming in, you've got Dignitas, you've got, and it just keeps going, and they just keep getting really, really good. Yeah, I don't envy anybody who's got to go up against the 5 powerhouses from EU, let alone know who those 5 people are going to be, because I looked at how well EU performed, and telling me they get one more, even as a low seed, I don't want to play them in a bracket. GK has also got pop-off potential. Like, there's like 6 or 7 really solid teams in EU. NA's got like 2, maybe 3. I don't know. Hopefully we see that change. Probably not, but we can hope. Either way, that is what we've got for everything you need to know for 2025 Open 4. If you have more questions, again, check out the Liquipedia. It makes it really, really easy for you. Or stop by the stream, twitch.tv/Lawler. We'll be doing probably watch parties, talking all about it, giving you guys an answer to any questions that you may have. But yeah, a lot of things on the line. But the nice thing is, even if you are a new team signed up, all it takes is a couple events and you're right back in the running for the World Championship. So pretty cool stuff. Anyway, that's going to do it for today's video. As always, like, follow, subscribe, socials down below, join the Discord, be part of the conversation, all that fun stuff. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.